All right, we back with some breaking news. Always breaking news, and I got a lot of videos in the archives to put out. Most of them probably gonna overflow to the next day as usual. But the WBA has ordered an immediate rematch between Erislandy, Lara, and Jarrett. Well, Swift Jarrett Hurd. We know it was a close fight. According to the judges, I think I had Hurd winning by 2 or 3 rounds, and I picked Lara to win the fight. But Swift Jarrett Hurd is a good guy, man, good friend, easy, accessible to reach out on social media, interacts, and I got much love for Hurd. I just thought Lara would be a little bit too much for him, but I'm happy that Hurd won. I think he's very blessed. I think he's getting committed to boxing. He's learning. He's getting better. In a rematch, I think he smashes Lara. But I do understand that Lara was a long-standing champion of the WBA. And for him to lose his belt in a close fight like that, I think it's not criminal for him to get an immediate rematch versus Hurd. I think the WBA did the right thing in paying homage to Lara a little bit in the rematch and be like, you know what, man, old timer, we think you got one more left in you. Let's do it again. They've been ordered to make the fight by May 18th. As usual, I'll give you the article in the description, so you know that it's trill, real, whatever you want to use. But yeah, they gonna have to do it again. According to the WBA, unless Hurd wants to get the WBA up and unified with Jermell Charlo, But he was talking about having a homecoming fight versus J-Rock, who was his IBF mandatory, and I think he deserved that homecoming fight. But let's switch it up. Slow it down. Let's just do Lara and Swift Jarrett Hurd at the MGM, Harbor Bay, wherever the hell Gary Russell was fighting JoJo Diaz. Let's do it down there in a few more months. But I just think, my opinion on the rematch, I think Lara took a lot of punishment. I think he going to need some time to heal. They probably going to be trying to push this rematch into the fall. I think if Hurd wants to go through and keep the WBA, he going to want to have it in the summer and then try to get a fight at the end of the year. But at the end of the day, I think it's just going to be more Hurd in the first fight. I think he continue to improve. I don't think the old dog in Erislandy Lara can learn too many more tricks. I think he gave it his best effort, and I just think, Lara is probably going to stop him. Hurd is going to stop him in half the time this fight, but I don't have no issue with it. I thought it was a close fight. I just know in the rematch that, Hurd is going to smash him a little bit quicker. He too strong. And Lara being an older fighter, he going to need some more recovery. And I don't see him coming back bigger, better, stronger than ever. I think he needs a tune-up or two. But guess what? He's a champion. And I know somebody on the thread was saying that I was reading this article on, was saying that all those years that Erislandy Lara was bum bashing from, from the Canelo fight, which wasn't even a 154-pound fight. His title wasn't on the line. That's how he kept the title after losing to Canelo. From the Ishe Smith to the Yuri Foremans to the Vanes Mascherosian #2 and on all those bullshit fights that he fought. How does he get an immediate rematch? It's seniority. It's longevity. He's top guy for the WBA. He held a belt for a long time. And if he went out there and got smoked in 2 or 3 rounds or something like that, and it wasn't competitive, or he just got washed like 12 rounds to nothing, or 10 rounds to 2, or whatever it may be, I would understand the outrage for a call for this rematch, but it wasn't that. It came down at one point in a knockdown for her to squeak it out. So on paper, it looked like a close fight, but when we watched it, we could just tell Lara was getting drained, and he was struggling like somebody trying to swim in the current is too much. So for me, I know what's going to happen in a rematch, and I understand people that don't really see it or want Hurd to get right to Jermell Charlo, but it wasn't no guarantee he was going to fight Jermell Charlo. He said he was #1 in the division. He was in the captain's seat. He possibly was going to fight J-Rock in a homecoming fight that I think he deserved. He fought a few tough fights. So, now that they ordered this, it'll be interesting to see if Swift Jarrett Hurd wants to keep the WBA and rematch Lara, or does he want to go with J-Rock and just defend his IBF and then unify with Charlo, or does he want to go into unification bout with Charlo? For me, should just rematch Lara again. This time you get the million. You get the larger sum, and I think it's going to be easy work this time. He shouldn't have no issue with stopping Lara. Lara's going to be older. He gonna be more beat down. He ain't took that much punishment since the Angulo fight. And I just think, you know, if they can have this fight this summer, he ain't gonna have enough time to recover from that ass whooping that he took. And I think Jarrett Hurd is just gonna beat his ass in half the time. I look for him to stop him in like the 6th round, not even probably more than that. He speaks Lara's language now. He knows what Lara wants to do. And Lara, no matter how bad that he wants to change his stripes or change his spots, you know, he can't. He is what he is. It ain't nothing that he could bring to this rematch that's gonna change the outcome of a foot in his ass and him getting knocked out this time. You know, all these Cuban fighters are stuck in their ways. They program to fight how they fight. They have no versatility of doing nothing different. So if you're able to speak their language, it's hard for them to adjust and even change fight by fight. This your boy CJ Goodfella. Shout out to everybody subscribing, liking us, and on Facebook, Instagram, and all that. We go.